So months back, I made a video talking about the worst set of skins in Mortal Kombat 11, and 4 years ago, I made a list of the top 10 costumes in Mortal Kombat X. So now that MK11 has been out for a while now, I'm going to do the same for this game, counting down the top 10 best skins in Mortal Kombat 11. Now, there are tons and tons of costumes in this game, a lot of them are recolors and such, but that is actually going to be a benefit to some of these costumes that are going to be on this list, but most of them I am referring to their primary look. As always, thank you all so much for the awesome support on this channel lately. It's been so awesome these past few weeks, so let's keep the momentum going by making sure you leave a like on the video to let me know you are enjoying these videos. Also, leave in the comments below which top 10 or list video do you want me to make next. And right off the bat, let me know your top 10 costumes in Mortal Kombat 11 in the comments. Alrighty, number 10 is going to be a tie between all the classic skins in Mortal Kombat 11. So this would include the classic ninja costumes for the male characters, classic outfits for the female characters, UMK3 Sonya, and every skin in the game that is based on their retrofit. There are so many of them that if I were to individualize them, they would take up all the 10 slots, so I'll just put them all in one. It just makes the game better for me, just having the option to make my characters look like their classic selves, because I have a problem with MK11's art style. A lot of the characters look like they have way too much armor, especially for characters who don't need it. So when I have the option to switch to something that actually looks like the character, it fixes the problem for the most part. I still do wish that everyone by default always look very simple and classic looking, and all the other crazy shit is their alternate stuff. I think my favorite retrofit that I never take off and is always my primary is probably Nightwolf's, mainly because I don't really like most of his costumes in the game, especially his primary since he's wearing this stupid biker gear shit. Like, what the hell is this supposed to be? But when I switch to the jeans and the vest, which looks super good, I'm like, alright, there we go, that looks like Nightwolf. It's the same with Liu Kang. He's my favorite character. I don't like the Revenant armor stuff, but I have classic Liu Kang, which looks awesome. So again, the fact that I have the option for this for so many of the characters is really good and earns a tied spot on this list. Number 9 is going to be Witch Jade, or Spooky Scary Halloween Jade. If you guys don't already know, I love themed skins for anything. I think the main reason why I like themed skins and I want to see more is because it gives into the goofy, wacky side of Mortal Kombat, which has always been there since the beginning, like friendships, which are now in this game, and I'm also really happy about. There are other Halloween skins, yes, but this one in particular is my favorite. I really like the extra sparkle effect on her staff that comes with this skin. I like the green skin color, the hat looks awesome, and the other alternate colors are pretty good. I almost want to play Jade because of this costume. I don't know if I ever will, but when I saw this, I said, oh, I've got to buy this. I love me some theme skins, and this one is the best Halloween skin. Number 8 is going to be Shang Tsung's movie costume. I feel like this costume had to be on this list. There was no way this skin wasn't going to make it. I'd be some sort of disgusting human being if this wasn't on the list. As I said time and again, Shang Tsung is just so perfect in this game. Cary Tagawa will always be Shang Tsung to me. He is easily in the top 3 best things about the first Mortal Kombat movie, so the fact that Cary Tagawa is back as Shang Tsung in this game from the first Mortal Kombat movie, and now I get to play in the costume he was wearing from that movie, sold. We in here, boys. Number 7 is going to be the Great Kung Lao skin for Kung Lao. This is a skin that many people for years asked to be in a Mortal Kombat game. Although it's not the shirtless man with the bandana as we're used to seeing, I think it's okay because we already have that with Liu Kang. So deciding to go with a clothed Shaolin design for Kung Lao for a Great Kung Lao skin, I thought was a great choice, and also it generally just looks good. This is one of my favorite costumes for 2 reasons. Number 1, it is one of the few costumes in this game for Kung Lao that is actually good. I'm not really a fan of any of Kung Lao's designs at all in this game aside from his classic look, so having another good looking costume is always going to be a plus, and it's even better giving it to someone who doesn't really have many. And number 2, it reminds me of the Chinese aesthetic that Mortal Kombat used to have all the time, and anything that reminds me of the old times is going to get a huge boost of likability for me, and it makes me wish a lot of these aesthetics were more present in the franchise. So I'll take whatever I can get, and this costume gives me a little piece of that. Number 6 is going to be the Batman Who Laughs Noob Saibot. Now, this one was a hard one. The DC skin pack that came with Joker is a really awesome skin pack with Killer Croc Baraka, Catwoman Kitana, and Darkseid Garrus, but I had to ultimately go with Noob Saibot. This costume is literally ripped straight from the comic book, and any costume that is literally ripped from something else, whether it's from another game, from a movie, a comic, I am always going to be happy, as that's how I like my costumes to be when they come from other media. This costume is also something I never really thought would even be considered for someone like Noob Saibot, but now that it's a thing, I realize that it fits just perfectly with him, and also it's another theme skin in this game, which you all already know I like very much and earns the spot on this list. Alright, so as we enter into the top 5, these will be in order. The other 5 were not, but these are now going to be in order. Just a little thing to note here before we get into it. So number 5 is going to be Classic Spawn. I'm not the biggest fan of guest characters, as you may know. At this point, they're just kind of a thing in the game to me. They don't make it better or worse, but I can acknowledge that at times, guests have some cool shit to offer. And with Spawn's case, I really like how he has a costume in this game that gives us the classic spandex comic book look. And again, although I'm not a Spawn guy, I really am a fan of giving comic book characters their traditional comic book look, because in these modern graphics, they would look absolutely stunning, as evident in Spawn's classic look. I wanted more of this in spirit in Injustice 2, since nobody in that game had their classic looks. Everything was just robot shit. And although they are different games, I will still take what I can get. And once again, although I'm not the biggest fan of guest characters, I do have to appreciate the really cool stuff that they have. Number 4 is going to be another guest character, and that is the Cyber Ninja costumes for RoboCop. Now, I know some people got ass blasted over these skins because they saw it as NetherRealm saying the Cyber Ninjas aren't going to be in the game and this is their way of trying to give them to us. I never bought that. Plus, we know through the PC files that they're coming, so there's no need to worry. But anyways, I really do like RoboCop having what if skins. Like, what if he was originally from the Mortal Kombat universe? And this costume shows us that he probably would have been a part of the Lingui Cyborgs, and that makes sense. Also, in the very early stages of UMK3, before Sector and Cyrax were called Ketchup and Mustard, the game would call them RoboCop. So this costume totally fits and ties some other things together from the past, and I think that fact alone makes these Cyber Ninja costumes super awesome, since it kind of sort of is a throwback to Mortal Kombat, and you gotta appreciate it for what it is. Number 3 is going to be Shang Tsung's Aftermath ending costume. Like, look at how cool looking this costume is. Like, damn. Need I say more about this? To me, it looks like a better version of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance Shang Tsung. There isn't too many similarities between the two, but it still reminded me of that costume. And this is an example of armor on characters being done right. Everything isn't overly detailed. It's simple looking, but still very detailed. And the colors on the costume pop out really well. The red and gold and the alternate colors are also very nice. I really do like the colors popping out, as I've already said, and this has just got to easily be one of Shang Tsung's best looks in all of the franchise, and I'm really happy to have it in this game. Number 2 is going to be Deception Sub-Zero. This is another one of those duh choices, like duh, of course this costume was going to be on this list. This is one of his best costumes in all of Mortal Kombat that we haven't seen in such a long time, and only people who were there on my live stream when we saw this revealed for the first time knew how shockingly happy I was seeing this return, because it's been so long. I did make a video comparing how it looked in Deception and in MK11, and overall I do like the way it looks in 11 better due to all the nice little changes to make it look more detailed and better. But the reason why it is not number 1 is because it doesn't have the pale white skin and the white eyes from Deception. Now, everything else about the costume is perfect, so I can take the hit because of that fact. And I still really like it, but had the skin tone and the white eyes been there, easily this would have been number 1. But I'm still not going to complain, and it easily earns the number 2 spot for me. And finally, number 1, the best costume in Mortal Kombat 11 is Dimitri Vegas Sub-Zero.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Nah, I'm just kidding, I'm joking. The best costume in this game goes to Fire God Liu Kang. Yes, there may be a little bit of a bias here because Liu Kang is my favorite character, but come on, even if you don't agree that this is the best one, you still gotta admit it's an amazing looking costume. What I really like about it is that it's such a different looking Liu Kang, but I still feel like the identity isn't lost. The glowing tattoos is such a unique concept that I wouldn't have thought of. The blue glowing eyes, the white hair, the Raiden hat on his back, the blue color scheme, all of it just meshes so well with each other and easily became my default costume for Liu Kang. And I remember grinding so hard for this skin when I first got the game. I remember telling myself, oh, no, you have no excuses. You are unlocking this skin and you will grind for it. And I did, and it was all worth it. So there we have it. Those are my top 10 best costumes in Mortal Kombat 11. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and what did you think about my list? I would like to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more Mortal Kombat content. Anyways, I will see you all in the next video.